Welcome to Caribbean Millennials.
Ah, 98. What a wonderful number. Isn't it, guys?
Is it?
I think so. I feel like good things happen in the year 98.
I mean,
They
yeah,
did.
You know, I had some banging
Oh, there
light
was
up
that World Cup.
shoes.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah. No,
had
I
those.
take that back. 98 was a good year. We had FIFA 98.
Yes, we
Great year
did.
in football, in video games.
Welcome to another episode of the podcast, guys. How are your weeks?
Boy, a week. It's Sunday.
I've been doing well on my my Fitbit steps this week, so that's progress. The chiropractor is getting me back in order, so that's even more progress.
Yeah, after y'all have commandeered my Switch and y'all use it to play Just
Oh
Dance.
my god, y'all! So Vernon's a hardcore gamer. If y'all didn't know that, and told myself, shit, man, for all these consoles and things that he has, maybe I should get some games for myself. So I got
Nah, nah,
myself
nah, nah,
Just
nah, nah,
Dance.
nah.
I
Stop.
still have to
You're
play
telling the
Mario
story wrong.
Kart. What?
You're telling the story wrong. Because you're skipping the part where you got addicted to Animal Crossing.
I did get addicted to Animal Crossing over the summer. I
Yeah.
have no fault in
I
acknowledging
bought
that.
it for her because I was like, I think that's something that she would be interested in. So I bought for her. I was like, yo, here's my Switch. You can play Animal Crossing on it. And then I never saw my Switch again until
Wow.
like January, maybe, for a
I
brief
had to
moment.
give up because I was like I could actually be spending time in the real outside world versus on Animal Crossing,
Y'all want, uh huh.
and I was also just playing Animal Crossing by myself and
Exactly.
not
That's what I
with
was about to say.
other
That's the messed
people.
up thing. She didn't go to anybody's island.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's antisocial.
Right?
But
I keep telling her, yo, go to islands. I even went on Reddit and found like random people giving the
I
island
didn't
codes out.
like it. I
Like,
didn't
go
want
and
to be
link them people,
exposed.
you know?
I did it on my own. I found other people's things on Reddit on my own. I did it
Mm,
without you. Yeah, I did.
okay, sure, okay.
But
And I
anyway,
know people, and you know people that have Animal Crossing that you
anyway,
could go to the
Animal
island,
Crossing was
like
not
Sandra,
aligned
you
with my
know.
life goal,
Uh-huh.
and
Interesting.
Just Dance is. So
Bruh. Just Dance has been the bane of my existence since we got my sister a Wii.
I
Yeah,
love it.
because every year I would have to buy the new Just Dance, and that would be a thing at like New Year's. Anushka, my sister, and like one of our cousins just dancing in the living room, going crazy. So
And
now it's come to
now,
my house.
10 years later,
Yeah, it's
Damn.
in my house on my Switch.
Full
Just
circle.
Dance. Yeah.
yeah. So
To the point that the other day my sister was like, "Oh my god, I'm out of memory. I want to do an update, but you have no space."
wait. So can I not play Mario Kart?
Yes, you can play Mario Kart.
Okay.
I actually deleted games for them to be able to play other games
He's
on
so
my
sweet.
Switch.
Maybe I'll get a Switch for my birthday.
Oh,
No, 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 no. If another Switch buy and it's mine, you can have this one. You've clearly claimed it.
Also, guys, it's less than 30 days to Vernon's birthday. Yay,
No, yo, don't get
Vernon!
excited, all right? Unless you're sending me large checks, like multiple zeros, yeah.
don't give me
That's all you
ideas.
Now,
want?
don't send me a check with just zeros on it. Eh?
Oh shit.
Don't try and play smart there with me. I know there are some listeners out there that feel this smart.
I was going to send you one of like the publisher clearinghouse checks.
Oh. So here's the thing. You may
You're a
think that may
winner.
make me mad, but I actually like enjoy like I finally made it type thing, the big check. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like it's not I don't enjoy my birthday, but you see the way people make like a big fuss about
Like
theirs.
me.
Um I make a big fuss about mine but in a different way. Like my birthday, that day is a day for me to, it's a me day. For me to like chill and reflect on the past year I've survived, and just relax and take it easy. I don't need to, wild out, party, get drunk, like, well, it's my birthday kind of thing, do the big photo shoot, all of that. Nah. I'm a very unnecessary type of
I'll
pussy,
get you gold 32 balloons.
and I will pop them. I will blow them up.
Hey
But yeah,
guys,
yeah, yeah.
birthday bliss.
uh, yeah. Yeah.
And Danny, how was your week?
It's hectic, but dealing.
Okay.
Yeah, school term is coming to an end, and just
Crushing
surviving.
dreams.
Not everybody is made to be a IT professional. Let's just put it that way.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Definitely crushing dreams.
I
um.
just feel like looking back on it, we were very spoon fed
Okay.
in secondary school, and it's okay in primary school, but in secondary school, they really held our hands.
You think
Uh,
so?
I feel like it. Yeah. Well,
Or is it
maybe
the
maybe
current?
not maybe not as much for us, but the current
Yeah.
students, their hands are very much held.
Okay.
Yeah, to the point where parents ask, like, "Are you giving them stuff to read? Like, you don't think that's a lot of work?" Like what?
Excuse me.
Reading is hard. Like, okay.
Yeah, and then let's be serious. They being spoon fed. Like I remember when they gave us our IT SBA when we were in college. It was like,
Yes.
yeah, look the SBA, figure it out type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, exactly. Now,
Like
like
nobody
I
helped us.
like they basically want you to do it for them, and then
Wow,
like they'll copy what you did.
that's that's interesting. Huh?
Yeah, like, sir, you could give me some help. Yeah, sure. Okay, so how do you do everything? Because I haven't started. What?
Sir, show me how you do it with these exact data sets right here,
Yeah.
the ones you assigned us.
What? Okay. Well, I'm showing you how to do this, and this. If you just do it how I showed you how to do it, you can put in your own numbers and make it work. Yes, but it's so hard.
That's
I
wow.
don't know.
Wow.
It's I kind of worried about the future generation. If I'm honest,
Boy,
this does not
Maybe
bode
next
well.
term will be better.
Maybe
and
little
now
bit better.
Anushka say maybe next time will be better. Eh? I guarantee you that teachers have said the same thing over and over. They're like, all right, maybe next time will be better.
I mean,
And then next
Adani,
time comes, they go, like, maybe next time will be better.
Adani, if it's anything, right?
Hmm.
Being a teacher is like you're drinking from an imaginary fountain of youth or something, right? So like if that's one thing you want to secure, don't y'all find teachers just the teachers that y'all had just like look the same forever and ever
um,
and ever and ever?
if by that you mean stressed out and
My teachers didn't look stressed
I'm
out.
just messing with you. I'm just messing. But I get what you're saying. Like
I remember my
I
like my primary school, I guess stage one teacher looked the same for like 20 years.
so so here's the thing. I get
Wow.
what you're saying. I don't want to say, but I don't want to say they look young. I feel you more want to say they look like stuck in time.
They age
Damn.
well. They
I
age
know
well.
it's
That's how I'll
not
put
that
it.
they stuck
I'm
in
not trying to
time.
say it in
They
a
they
bad way. I mean, like it's like they just like they didn't age. They just
that's what I'm saying.
They age well. They age well.
okay, yeah, yeah. Let's
Maybe it's the summer vacations.
I think so. Especially
um
those that get paid during summer. I think that's very that's very rejuvenating.
yeah. That's true. What do teachers do during the summer? Cause like they disappear, you know.
It's like
Prepare.
girls gone wild, but for teachers.
Like you ever
Well,
think about it?
I
Have you ever seen a
I know
teacher
one
outside of the
teacher, and
school
I
in the
know
summer?
every summer she's out trying to go to every carnival imaginable. So hi,
Ah,
come here.
okay, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. She knows herself. I don't even know
the
what part of the
the
world she in right now.
the not so dark Shabin.
Yeah, we don't even know what part of the world she in right now.
Um, guys, I have a question.
Okay, because I have a question after your question. But go.
Okay, would you eat a
Oh
bowl
Lord,
of
please.
pomegranate seeds, blackberries, blueberries, and coconut water all together?
I saw what you're talking about, and no, I feel like coconut water is sacred for a reason. It's the tears of the coconut tree trapped in a green husk,
Mm.
and you can't just put it in a bowl of cereal. No matter how healthy a
But
bowl
it's
of
not a
cereal is.
bowl of cereal. It's
I
like
don't
that.
know. whatever you want to call it, cereal, frosted flakes, um,
Now
raisin
you know
bran
Lucky
crunch.
Charms.
it's a Jamaican guy that came up with this.
So me say, Danny, hear my thing. And if you
Nature
told me,
cereal, by the way, for those of
uh-huh,
you who for those of you who don't have any idea what we're talking about, there's been this whole viral TikTok trend of people eating something called nature's cereal.
okay,
A Jamaican guy, Sherwin Mayers, is its originator, and he wanted, like, he has a Instagram that's at nature's underscore food and has been sharing, natural food and stuff like that. And he had this late night idea and craving for cereal, but he don't really eat that way. So he started mixing blueberries, pomegranates, blackberries, and he used coconut water as his
okay.
like liquid base. Lizzo ended up sharing that. Vernon, hold your breath, just
No,
take
no,
a
I just
couple
want to
breath.
look over the fact of
and
which celebrities in on the fad.
and then that made it explode even more on
Okay.
TikTok. So now there are a ton of people eating this nature cereal.
So, Heda, I have mad questions here. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
let me start with the first thing. He's Jamaican.
Yeah, or Jamaican background. I don't know.
Oh, so he doesn't live in Jamaica.
I'm not sure. I don't know all the details.
Because here's why
I don't
that's
think he lives in
okay.
Jamaica.
So that's why it's an issue for me. All right. If he's not living in Jamaica, that means using that store bought coconut water that in that bottle. That shit already tasting fake from the get go. So right there, that's a problem. All right.
According to
Here's my
somebody,
next.
it tastes like water that was already in somebody else's mouth.
Yeah. Wow, I couldn't
That is
control
the
that
best
laugh because that's so
description.
true, because it has like a thickness to it that's
Who is this
like
person?
that backwash,
I
kind
want to
I
of.
send this
just
person a t-shirt or something because
I
this
just
is a
remember
bad
seeing it
Uh,
on Twitter.
oh my
That's for the
god.
bottled stuff specifically.
Okay. So
Yeah, because it's been years. We
I
were
refuse to
trying.
buy that. Okay.
I tried so many.
Because all right, we here. Let you know. Let me say before I go on to the next question because the issue with the bottled coconut water or
Is
the store bought
everything.
or the cake, whatever you want to call it, it never tastes the same. The taste is not consistent
That's
for me.
true.
All right. Coconut water is a consistent taste,
Uh-huh.
in my
Hmm.
opinion.
And none of those things taste like
And
coconut water.
exactly,
Yeah.
it
No, they
it
don't.
have like coconut flavoring, if you want to call
And
it that.
that's the thing that got me real, excuse me, fucked up. That they
Oh,
they,
Speak
th-
your mind.
they
Speak your mind.
have all of these coconut waters with
Flavoring,
flavor.
the pineapple, like
No, no,
what?
no, 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 no,
Like
no.
if God
like the
wanted a
coconut
coconut
water
and
is
a
not enough.
pineapple,
Yeah,
if
like coconut water chocolate flavor. Like, what's
guys,
that? What's
guys,
that?
if God wanted there to be coconut and chocolate
Oh,
together, He would
upsetting.
make chocolate coconuts. End of story. Okay. Now moving on.
It's a macaroon. Shit.
My next question is
Wow.
why he didn't just make a smoothie?
That's what people are saying.
Because that's my issue for why.
But he wanted cereal. He was feeling for
So then eat
cereal.
cereal.
But he didn't want to eat cereal because that's not aligned with his, healthy lifestyle, whatever. So they put it in a bowl, pour the coconut water like the milk, and eat it with a spoon. So now you have all of these
That man really
Americans
have time.
now eating nature cereal and like, oh my god, this is so refreshing. Buying up
So
all the coconut water.
so then, guys, I got to ask you all something,
I
right?
That is so vexed.
I am upset. I am
But
upset. You see,
Adani,
every time somebody does something like that, like puts cherries in macaroni pie, and
put something where it don't belong.
yeah, puts craisins in mixed pork chops, and puts pineapples in a coconut. Like it just like stop. Some things are just meant
No.
to be enjoyed how they are. Stop.
Well, so
But hold on,
mhm.
guys. But I have a question for you. It's a serious question, because I feel like we in the Caribbean missing out on a great opportunity here to take advantage of these Americans. Hear me out.
Yeah, because we keep doing things that they want to try and want to
Exactly.
do. And here's the thing, I could totally see now nature cereal on menus in restaurants in LA and these
But that's why
kinds
I
of
say, me
things.
say, like
And the man I go get no
as
nothing for that.
upsetting as
Yep.
upsetting as the concept is, in that I feel is Beatties. You put in all these fruits and right. I see that as an opportunity for us, for once, to exploit the white man.
The colonizers.
Follow me on that path, guys. Let's work out a way to come up with silly things for them to follow and try and do. Like which celebrity that was on a live eating a green fig without cooking it, or so I think there
Oh,
was one of
you're
them that
right.
was
You're
doing. Was
right.
that Shanti or Kisha
Christina
or Christina Milian?
Milian.
Yeah,
Oh, was it
Yeah,
breadfruit?
it
it
was
was
breadfruit.
Christina eating breadfruit or
Breadfruit,
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
breadfruit.
we need to
Oh
start
my gosh,
exploiting them
yes.
with them things. If they're willing to do bases with themselves, like we just take advantage, make a little money for ourselves in the process because clearly like don't get me wrong, all the ingredients in nature's cereal are healthy. I
And
just
he said it helps with digestion and energy levels.
what do you think fruits do, sir? They are fruits. No matter how you combine them, it will help with digestion
Well,
and
and I
energy
mean, it's like
levels.
all of that fiber first, all of that coconut water. Of course, you're going to go to
So
the bathroom.
Messi, follow
so
me, follow me.
people
Whether you mix it,
literally took
uh,
a smoothie. They
Well, and
didn't
that's
put
it's
it
what
in a
somebody said.
blender.
a deconstructed smoothie.
They didn't
That's
put
what,
it in a
but it's
blender.
genius. Whether it's
A
genius.
deconstructed smoothie.
Somebody said, or in the article, it said, people still not everyone is convinced of the magic of nature's cereal. Many have labeled it simply a hyped up fruit bowl or an unblended smoothie.
No shit, Sherlock.
Others have pointed out that it cannot technically be cereal without the inclusion of a grain.
So now they getting real technical on that. Eh?
Yeah.
It don't have a great.
The man just eating his fruits in a bowl with coconut water like cereal. But anyway, we spent a lot of time on this.
No, no, no. Before we move on, let me say, let's be honest here, all right,
I would try it.
and
I
that's
going to
fine.
I going to make a meatloaf smoothie just to
Yeah.
just to fight back. Just to fight back.
Oh, I
Yeah,
said you. Yeah, I
yeah.
get you.
A
Yeah,
disconstructed meatloaf.
a deconstructed meatloaf. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah. I'm going to take
Cause,
all the ingredients and then just put it
cause
in a
I
blender.
listen to this and the guy's like, it helps with digestion and energy. I'm like, sir, if you add the ingredients on their own and then drank some coconut water after, it would still help with it.
If you drink the coconut water after it or by
By itself,
itself,
it
yeah.
would help with so I'm like, bruh, like boy, I tell you,
You had a question.
2021, whew, it's rough, eh? It's rough. So basically, I have a question for you all, because I found myself doing that sometime last year, and I did it, and it was a regular thing I found myself doing. Remember, I told you like I don't really subscribe to the whole New Year's resolution thing, right? I'm more of a daddy.
Sorry, I
Yes,
couldn't
I'm one of
resist.
those radicals. I don't believe in it. Nah, nah, nah. I just don't subscribe to the whole New Year's resolution thing. I I I feel I may have refined my process and I did it by accident type thing.
Did
Okay?
you deconstruct your resolution?
You could call it that,
All
I guess.
right.
Because what I would do was, I set my little goals, my little plans, and I would, execute. Like that's my goal. I don't have a timeline. Like I want to get done this year. If I get done this year, then it move on to next year, kind of thing. But last year in the pandemic, I found myself mad productive, and I went for my goals. And I was like, all right, maybe time for me to set some new goals and whatnot. And I found myself like monthly kind of thing. Like, like checking in with myself, like, yo, why you are with your goals and in your and then it got me to a point thinking like, is it that I was able to accomplish my goals last year so early because they weren't big enough? So I want to know, like, do y'all do that? Like, sit back and say, like, maybe that goal I had set wasn't big enough. That's why I accomplished it so easy. Like that, like I knocked that out too easy. I'm not happy about it type thing. Not that I wasn't happy about what I accomplished last year. But just I want to get your take on that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes when I knock out something fast, I up the ante. Like I add, like
You're playing
try
high
to do,
stakes.
yeah, try to make it more. Um, and then for me, for my goals, what I did was I've done it differently this year as well, where I have 5 main goals for the year and I have it written out on a board in my room, and I'm just like
So what happens if I
constant.
go and erase those five main goals?
I'll get fucked up.
Noted. What if I change them?
I'll get really fucked up.
You'll never know. Danny, do you approach it like, oh, you're a New Year's
But
resolution man, you know?
yeah.
No, I think I'm like a hybrid. I have a
Okay.
battery and I take gas. Um,
You know, you can use some fuel here, but if you
yeah.
have to get
So
plugged in, you know.
yeah, so some things I'll like specifically say this is a New Year's resolution, but other things is just like goals that
Yeah.
you do at any point in time, and then you go on to the
Yeah.
next goal. Like it's not a New Year's resolution to buy a piece of land, but it's a goal to buy a piece of
Yeah.
land and get that stuff going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a problem with the whole New Year's resolution thing, and that's not what I really. That I know that's not what our episode's about. I just voicing my feelings about it. Like,
Hmm.
I feel like that's like we kind of like pigeonholing ourselves in the fact that we setting ourselves up to have to wait for the start of a new year to come up with goals for the
I
year.
align with my birthday and I do
Oh,
quarters based on my
okay,
birthday.
okay. So you run
So
like a conglomerate, Fortune
yeah,
500.
so it's like 29 point whatever,
Okay.
29 point
So
whatever.
on your birthday is like the earnings call where you're talking to the board
Yeah.
and telling them, yeah,
So
boy,
so like my birthday is kind of like Christmas vacation where like things cool out, you
okay,
reset
okay,
that kind of
okay,
thing and you come back.
all right,
Um but that's kind of how I look at it. So like when I come to the end, like close to a birthday or something, that's where I'm like hyper focused on I want to finish X year strong
yeah, you want that
and want to,
balance sheet to look good
yeah,
for
of
the board
course.
meeting. Okay,
Yep, yep.
understood, understood.
um but I do think if you're trying to accomplish things like weekly, monthly, quarterly check-ins are like
Yeah,
essential depending on just the nature of the thing. Like if it's something really big you're trying to chip at, you
yeah.
know.
I don't know. It was something I realized like randomly this week that I have been doing, and I didn't. I don't know when it like. I know it started sometime last year, but I didn't realize like I was doing it so regularly. Where I would like sit down, have a introspective
Good
time,
for you.
checking with myself, like, hey, like you doing good, like where you at, like, you know, uh,
Love that
are
for
you where
you,
you need to
Vernon.
be, type thing,
Love that for you.
what can I do to facilitate you getting to where you have to go, yeah, have a little conversations with myself.
um where are we at now?
I don't know, it's bro, we in March, and it's well, I don't know. You also saw the calendar with the like January it was the people storming the capital, February it was something else, and now we in March and it's
The
the
royal family.
royals, the royal family.
Well, just to kind of be the hippie on the podcast, remember we're in age of Aquarius. It's all about breaking down systems and the oppressors and coming into a new age
Yo,
of technology, innovation,
guys,
doing things differently.
um,
So
I'm going
just
to
saying.
be honest with y'all.
I know you don't give a shit, but
No, no,
whatever.
no, no, no. It's not I don't give a shit. I believe that I believe that this year a lot of things going to change. A
Hmm.
lot of things that used to happen not going to happen anymore. People going to get exposed, if you want to call it that, all that kind of stuff. And yes, we are getting new tech. Elon Musk giving us Starlink. All kind of thing. But I I said on the last episode, and I think this is going to be my. I think this is me for 2021. I've come to that conclusion. I am tired of us as humans. Okay.
Even me?
Not quite. Some days, you push my buttons, but I still love you. You're my wife. Like I married you for you to push my buttons and whatnot. Keeps the blood pumping,
Beep,
and
boop, boop,
whatnot.
boop, beep, boop.
Right? But I say this like, if tomorrow some extraterrestrial beings come and decide, they abducting everybody, I wouldn't be mad. Like if I was left alone. If I was just left with me and my close circle and whatnot. Because this whole royal family debacle has had me looking at everyone like, are you dumb? So Anushka, walk us through this. Let us know what happened.
Why me?
Let's not, cause I don't know. I said it. I've been saying it. You'll laugh when I say it in the group, in our groups. When I say yo, I just tired of humans. I tired of like I ready for you to go to another planet and leave me on Earth alone. But like a lot of the stuff that happening is like, bro, what did you expect, my
Mm,
guy?
okay. Um. So you just want a rundown of the.
Let's talk
Okay.
about it. We here.
So, as many of you know by now, because it exploded on the internet after we recorded last week's
Yeah.
episode, Harry, is it former Prince Harry? I don't even know. Harry, you know what's his name, and
Rude boy.
and
Deconstructed from the royal family. Former,
Deconstructed
yeah.
prince.
Once removed, Prince Harry.
uh,
Harry and Meghan had their sit down with Oprah. I guess about their life and certain things that have happened in their experience with the royal family, and that led them to their decision to separate. Right. Um, there were, at least for us, some surprising but not so surprising things that came out. I don't know that it was surprising to
bro,
any of us, to
I
be
wasn't
honest. It was
surprised.
just like, oh, you're gonna say it. Okay, claps for you for saying it, right?
Oh, what was surprised was like, damn, they really want to die. Like, dog, you forgot what they did to your mother, and you
But
out there saying these
I
things?
mean, I feel like most of y'all listening to this know or saw the breakdown because it was like everywhere in the media.
Yeah, I don't think we have to go too in depth in that, to be
But
honest.
essentially, it was a toxic environment for them, especially her.
She had suicidal thoughts.
The media was giving her a very hard time. The royals were not being
Supportive.
the best or
Yeah.
supportive, or that kind of thing, especially for an outsider coming in. Somebody on the royal family that they are not going to disclose who.
Talk. I know
I
who
know
it is.
it's Camilla. I think it's Camilla.
Really? I think he's the brother.
I don't think it's the brother.
He looked like the type to ask that kind of
I think it's
question.
Camilla.
Who's the
But
one that looked like Voldemort?
The brother,
the brother
William.
Oh, okay.
But somebody on the royal family said something about like,
or the uncle.
what complexion, or right, it was
Yeah.
about what
Like what
complexion
complexion would
is
the
a baby
baby
going
be?
to be like,
Yeah.
or like how dark we talking.
like
Right.
how well done will that baby
Right.
be?
I think Adani, I don't know if you tweeted it, it was like bringing out the one ifs,
Yeah,
you
the
know.
one if rule. Oh, we gotta go back to that. Get the text in the dungeon. I want to see what fraction of black you allowed to be part of the royal family again. Yeah,
They
I
pull out
remember. Yeah,
the little paint swatch kind of thing, like
yeah. I remember two ifs was octoroon, but what's one if? What's one if? What's the lowest we can go? 116th, 142th.
yeah, but she had suicidal thoughts,
And I mean, it was even hard on him considering a
Yeah,
lot
man.
of the things she was going through were things that, ultimately led to his mother's death, right? So
Yeah,
you can imagine that being traumatic, especially maybe things you haven't even dealt with,
Yeah,
yourself. So I think it was interesting that they both openly spoke about their mental health, as a
oh yeah,
main driver.
I agree.
And then he also revealed that from the start of 2020 they completely like cut him off financially, no resources,
Yeah,
whatever.
well, even when he said they took away like his security
Well,
and
and that
whatnot,
was the biggest
like,
thing. The biggest thing, I mean, the money, they'd figure out the money,
yeah,
right? It didn't
come
seem
on,
like he was making so much noise for the money,
it's
but
the
that
security,
it was the security, because
and I
that's
agree.
something he's had for his entire life. And even Megan had been wrote letters, whatever, saying, I know I don't need anything, but can you please give the security to protect my
Yeah, because I
husband
think
and
he had
his
been getting
child?
death threats
Yeah, of
and
course.
one. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And first of all, people are crazy. Like, oh, I cannot see myself sit down there penning a death threat for somebody
no, no, no,
writing
no, no.
like a.
Penning a death threat for a baby dog.
Right?
The baby hasn't even said a word yet.
Who are these psychos just sitting down
What
at home
what
in
the baby
their
do? Steal your Capri Sun, your juice pouch or something? Like really? You
breathe
write
too hard,
a to
evidently.
a baby?
It's wild.
Dog, wild.
Everyday
Um,
human beings just disappoint me. Like
And
the thing that is really interesting is that the queen is supposed to be one of the most powerful figureheads,
hmm
but she's just that, a figurehead. So what I
exactly.
want to know is who's really pulling the strings, because
Yeah.
somebody is saying you can't get
What did she
um
call them? There's a term, the firm. That's
oh,
what
she
Megan
called
called
him
it,
the
the
film.
firm.
Yeah, yeah,
so somebody is behind the scenes saying you can't have security.
hmm
Your baby is going to be too dark if they go and tan in the Caribbean, right? He might have dreadlocks and a
that baby
tan.
taking color too
Yeah,
well.
and you don't need any royal family baby looking a little too Mexican. Um, and like who is behind this? Because somebody's managing the money and managing them, right?
Yeah.
That's why they get an allowance, they get a
hmm
stipend, and
hmm
so if it's not the queen, who is it? Like
Right.
this is like, I feel like this is a bigger conspiracy. Like, who is in charge of
No, no. I understand you
managing these
laughing, but
people?
Adani onto something
It's the
there.
firm, whoever the firm is.
Yeah,
But
Adani
I
onto
mean,
something there.
guys, if we're gonna go
Illuminati.
down to the Illuminati and this kind of thing, there's always somebody, some organization.
Because usually the people with
The
power,
fellas
not
from
the
the Da
people.
Vinci Code.
The people with power, not the people that get shot while they're driving in a motorcade.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Um,
think like I don't know, time to abolish the crown.
Um.
I don't know if it's
So
possible, but hey,
but I mean, I guess it brought up all of those things as well, right? But I mean, first, one, the outrage over racism and fighting, saying, "Oh, I'm not racist" or whatever, whatever. Because then William came out saying,
yeah,
"Oh, we're not racist." Da 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 da.
Messi. Let me while out before
Okay.
we get real um logical here and whatnot. Let me just get the wild thoughts off my chest. I'm
Wow, wow,
I'm
wow.
going to say that I'm going to say what everybody's thinking and like too afraid to say. All right.
I not afraid to say anything.
Don't
You
get
go.
me wrong. I feel sorry for them. All right. Like yo, that sucks. You're getting their threats and like people being racist to a baby. Like wow. Like how could they? But let's be honest here. What did y'all expect?
Mhm.
Okay. And if you didn't know what to expect, let me tell you what to do. Go in a library, any library, pick up a history book and open it. Just any history book. In fact, you know what? Go to the Caribbean, get a Caribbean history book, and just read what the English have done, and then
globally.
come back and answer me. What did you expect?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my stance. Eh?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
And I mean, there were so many people I saw even online saying they almost feel like, yes, the US is bad, but they almost feel like racism in the UK is even worse because they want to act as if, it's not as bad as it
I
is.
don't know what the racism in the UK is like, so I can't speak on it. I'm not even going to
Mm-hmm.
attempt to speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
I
All
don't
I
think
know
either one
is
is worse or
yeah,
or
I don't think
better.
either one is.
Yeah.
I feel it's apples
Yeah.
and oranges. All right.
Right.
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah, it's two
Like
different
the
snakes.
UK pretends to be this. Like America is out in the open. Like you can
Yeah.
go
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
grocery store and buy a six-pack of racism. But the UK is like the racism is
Adani,
the mold
Adani, you said
underneath
it
your
right.
wall.
Eh? You not even a 6 pack. You can buy one get one half off.
But the UK, the racism is the mold in the wall. You in the nice house,
It
and
killing you in
it
silent
feels a bit,
killer.
yeah, it feels a bit humid and damp here. And then months later, the doctor tells you have mold in your lungs because the house is
Mm-hmm.
infested. And you're like, what? But it looks so nice on the outside. How did
The
that
doctor like,
happen? And the
The
doctor is, well,
yeah.
it's the UK.
the other
Adani, that is
uh,
the wow, best example right there.
the other thing I saw this week that it made me chuckle about it is somebody was like, "Oh, so now y'all want Meghan Markle to be the face of black oppression?" Okay.
Yeah, I think Spice had said something similar. Like she had said, like imagine how like Meghan Markle is like. the lightest of black shades you can be before you become white,
Girl.
right? And if she's not good enough for the royal family, like it's Jesus.
You, now, me say, you go wonder
But
why I say I
also, but
tired of
also to
people.
that point of like that taking center stage and everyone like, oh Megan, oh poor Megan, but like everybody dealing with,
No,
you know.
but you see, that's and you're wondering why I say I tired of people. You don't tell me take Meghan Markle going on Oprah, and I want you to know Oprah got paid $7 million for that interview. Eh? Meghan Markle going on
By
Oprah.
who?
That's what I don't
CBS.
understand. That's what I think it's CBS that pay her the 7 mil. That's what I heard.
And
We go
she gave them a cut.
um either way. First of all,
that's for that's
That's
for
for another show.
Oprah
that's one
pulling
of the
their
show.
strings to get them to stay by
First
Tyler
of
Perry.
all, first of all, Oprah should not be the one interviewing anyone about racism. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Just
Ooh,
the whole thing of
Villain with
I
that.
was going to go there, but I'm glad you went there.
yeah, just the whole thing of Oprah interviewing somebody about racism, that bothers me. All right. But
I will say Oprah did a lot better job than she's done on anybody else in the past.
nonetheless,
Ahem.
it shouldn't be
Epstein.
Oprah. It should okay. Why you think it shouldn't be Oprah? It shouldn't be Gail. None of them. Okay, all right. Secondly, Meghan Markle should not be the one having to come to shed light on racism. If you want light on racism, go back to last year when there was the video of that police officer with his knee on somebody's neck and them dying. All right. I didn't need Meghan Markle to come and let me know that the royal family was
Was racist,
racist.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't need
As
that.
if Megan
I
herself
did
should have
history.
been scared to go into that.
I did history. I have the internet. I can go and read. Okay, I can know the racist. I
I
didn't need
am
them to come and tell
I
me.
am going to be honest. When she started dating Harry, I did not think they would allow them to get married. In the beginning, I
Adani,
did not. I
I
was like,
thought the
what?
same thing.
I was like, either this is a marketing ploy, or
Right?
this will not go anywhere because this is not allowed.
I
And I guess somewhere along the line, somebody allowed it, and then somebody's like, "Oh, you want to have children? Ooh, you didn't read the fine print? Mm-mm,
we didn't plan
mm-mm.
for that one.
Yeah, we need you to go and take a drive in a tunnel. Yeah, and we'll get back to you.
Preferably in Paris.
Like, what?
Like, because I don't want people to think like I being insensitive and whatnot. It's messed up. It's messed up that that's happened to somebody. They having suicidal thoughts. It's messed up that people are being that way about a baby. Somebody bringing a baby into this world, a baby that innocent child hasn't done anything to anyone
Hmm.
and whatnot. But I have to kind of put make people kind of take a little accountability. Eh? If you go and lick a light socket, expect to get shocked.
You have to. You
How
have
bad
to.
you get shocked may vary, but nonetheless, expect to get shocked.
Now you know one thing else. I feel like Megan actually is saving Harry because
Yeah,
Oh
because
yeah,
I
it
don't
sounded
know
like
without her that
Get
he would have
Out.
had the strength to actually leave.
He
yeah,
Like
didn't
man.
she gave him a
know.
yeah,
But he
exactly.
didn't
He
know.
was in
Yeah.
a sunken place.
Yeah,
Hmm.
He
it
was in
was
a
Get
sunken
Out.
place. Yeah, he's like is when he had his child. He's like, is my family racist? like, after he had the child, he was like,
Like,
it
oh
hit him.
shit. And he
It
starts
hit him.
flashing back to little comments they
Yeah,
make. I was like, damn,
yeah,
that's super racist.
yeah. Like they brought him into a room and they put different shades of white on the board, and they're like, your child is not on this board. It's like, oh my, are we
Therefore,
racist?
not a royal. Yeah,
We have a
I
certain look to keep, and
it's nothing keeping with it.
yeah, I'm sorry, but it's just like in Peter in Family Guy, they have the shades for the terrorists, like the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
shade for royal. Like, yeah, it's just it's just not in
Just
that
outside.
shade. Yeah, yeah. I know it's not 4C, but we can't take the chance. We just can't take the
But
chance.
Missy,
You'll understand.
And Adani, you made the point that she's saving him, eh? Or
Mhm.
Senushka made that point. Because even the way he's speaking, it sounds like, boy, he's so happy to be out of that. And like he feel ashamed that that's what his family is like and whatnot, but he's just happy to be out of it and whatnot.
Now,
But
I also will say, oh, go ahead.
again, What did y'all expect from some inbred white people?
I was going to say, I think he will actually be better off now financially than he
Oh
was
yeah,
as a royal. Because I was
dog.
talking
One
to my
book.
mom about this, and I was like, the book, the TV shows, the interviews,
Mm-hmm,
you know,
mm-hmm.
untethered access. Just now, me getting a Netflix special,
Let me tell you
like
that, eh?
They have a
living with
deal with
Megan.
Netflix already.
Yeah, exactly. Living with
Netflix
Megan
and
Okay.
and
On
Spotify.
your head, you may have a podcast. Up to
yeah,
you.
Netflix and
Har-
Spotify, they have deals with already.
Harry on
Harry,
the pod.
Harry, Meghan, and Archie in on
Okay.
the farm. You know, Tyler Perry going to have them in a movie, right?
All
Oprah going
right.
to have a bunch of series on her OAN network. You know, like
No,
he when all is said and done, he probably going to have more money than his brothers
no,
and
here's the
the rest
thing.
of his family.
And live his life how he want to live
Here's
his
the
Have
thing.
life,
own his
not
Granted,
own land.
under
Yeah.
yeah.
not under whatever rules and restrictions and for the people or whatever purpose these
Right?
people live for, you know.
Granted, I don't think money was ever an issue for him. I don't think that was the thing
No,
for him because I
But
but I
you
feel
don't
see, the
think
thing
that
is,
I think that man mother left.
but
She left.
his
It's because
mother,
of what his mother left for him.
yeah,
He was
because
able
if
to
his mother
say
didn't leave him
peace.
anything, and if she wasn't aware of how these people were operating, she wouldn't have left him anything.
Oh,
And
Princess
then,
Diana must be up in heaven saying checkmate, bitch. Yeah.
yeah, I think he had some funds, but I don't know how much. Like I don't know the finances, so
Yeah.
maybe
his
it
No.
mother
wasn't
his
enough
mother left him 10 million or something like that, and
Mhm.
the 10 million, I guess, was in different, I guess it was in
investments.
some investment accounts
Wow.
or something.
Imagine
But I
Princess
think
Diana bought Bitcoin before Bitcoin was a thing. Shit, dog.
but I think it's something where he didn't get access to it until he was 30
Okay,
or
okay.
20 something or whatever. But if she didn't leave him anything, he would have been on his ass.
Yeah, but I still think like it was a start. But the way these people probably want to live,
Well,
like 10
and
million would end rather quickly
the thing
because
is also
they used to a particular
security,
lifestyle. Yeah.
Hmm.
just the security, because that's what I think he was saying, yes, my mom made left me money, but then thinking about like keeping up security and the cost of security and that
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, boy. 2021, not letting up, huh? Just keep giving us more and more wild stuff going on.
Well, couple weeks in March left.
Ha.
We'll see. Who
What
knows
does
what
April
April
hold?
will
What does April hold? I hope it quiet.
Ha. I think it's gonna be foolish.
Boy.
hold.
Huh. Yeah, it's
But it's interesting, right? Because like, what is their purpose? Every time I ask what is their purpose, somebody says tourism, but to me, the tourism exists without them. Like the buildings and the
Yeah, you're
pictures
not
and
going
the
and see the
history.
people,
Yeah, it's
it's
not like you
not.
go there and you see her sitting in a chair, warded off with some like cones, like like
don't touch the queen.
yeah,
Well, and
yeah.
also I feel like after she dies, people not going to be excited about Charles.
If she dies,
Is he the next in line?
Yeah, it's a son.
Dog Charles died before that woman.
I,
To
I
me,
think she I think she, just based on me watching The Crown and all of these documentaries and stuff, I feel like sis is holding on because she wants him to die. She doesn't want him to take
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I
his
mean,
time.
I don't know what artifact they have in the chambers underneath the Buckingham
How many
Palace.
you mean? How many?
Yeah, like the cup from Joan of Arc, or the cup that gives you immortality. Like I don't know what they use
Oh
in the
my
bottom
god.
there, but
If they
the
have the philosopher's
yeah,
stone
the
from Harry
Crusader,
Potter.
the Ark of the Crusader, is down there. they, have, they have some Horcruxes and some other things down
Yeah.
there. The Elder Wand.
Oh my god. And then
So clearly,
you showing how much of a nerd you are right now. I want you to know that.
Y'all
uh,
bring it in full circle. All you know, the queen they eating her nature cereal every day.
Anushka, just so you tell me that's why the Queen and that's why England went and conquered the Caribbean was for
For
them to get
coconut
coconuts
water.
for coconut water. Damn.
Makes more sense
My
now,
mind
right?
is blown. It all makes sense. It wasn't about what?
Sugar and spice.
It was about
And
coconut
everything nice.
water.
Everything nice is coconut water.
Uh, yeah. I, I,
The
the funny thing about all of this for me is the ensuing melee that happened after. So then you had Piers Morgan making an ass out of himself
as he
on
often does.
As, that's what I was going to say, as asses often do.
right. So he basically walked off his show. That's Good Morning UK, right? He walked off because one of the guests, I think it was or one of the other hosts, called him out for how over the years he has been hard on Meghan Markle, and then interview or video comes out where it shows that he's talking that, oh, he met Meghan Markle, they went out for some drinks, and then after he put her in a cab and she went to a party where she met Harry, and next thing he knew they were going to dinners and getting married, and how she essentially ghosted him. So it's like you were on British television basically bashing this woman because you're salty that she ghosts you and she didn't pick you. Well, I have news for you, Piers Morgan. First of all, you really thought you stood a chance with her? Like, like, let's be serious, bro.
That's a common theme with white
That's like
guys.
me saying I can beat LeBron in one-on-one basketball. That shit not gonna happen. You didn't stand a chance with her. All right. So yeah, but then it goes from Piers Morgan to Ozzy Osbourne's wife, Sharon Osbourne, saying oh how she stand with Piers Morgan and all kind of thing. And then she had to have one of her hosts on the talk or is it the view, whichever one she's on,
The talk.
explaining racism to her. Yo, in 2021, we still explain racism to people.
But let me tell you, I feel like it's almost like it definitely is a reckoning, right? In for all of these people in media who,
Racist?
yes, because I mean, I know this is unrelated, but you saw the same thing essentially happen with the host of The Bachelor, right? Chris, whatever his
Wait, what
name
happened? Whoa,
is.
whoa, whoa! What happened to him?
Oh,
I didn't know.
Oh, Vernon, you know, because you're not in Bachelor Nation.
No, I'm not in Bachelor Nation.
Clearly,
I heard Bachelor
clearly.
Nation downstairs in my living room screaming on a Monday or whatever day, but I'm
Oh,
not in
tomorrow's
it.
gonna be fuego.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
So tell me what happened since, you know,
Tonight
okay.
on The Bachelor.
Sounds like a Danny spot of Bachelor
I
Nation.
expected Danny part of Bachelor Nation. I not even
I
put
let
you.
me tell you, let me let you in on another secret. Okay, for years, I have enjoyed watching the first 5 episodes of every Bachelor season. I don't know, something about just the mayhem of 30 guys and one girl and 30 girls and one guy. That sounds wrong now that I say it out loud. But just the excitement of the first 5 episodes where they have like this mad rush for affections. Like it's just so funny to me. Like I don't just
I
so
feel
laugh
like a
all
daddy
the
got
time.
closer to his microphone and look left and right before he let out that piece of
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
information.
I couldn't just yeah.
Um,
Only you people in podcast land deserve to know this. But yeah,
you know, that's
it's-
a few hundred people, right?
Caribbean millennial, and now they know. Well, you're not alone in Bachelor Nation. Apparently, my sister Nanushka in that hard.
well,
Well,
it's
I
funny. It's
used to watch
hilarious.
it, but I took a long break, and now I came back because that's like, okay, quote unquote, Black Bachelor. Let's see where this goes. And of
I haven't
course,
seen that one.
Oi,
oh, that's this current
Daddy,
one.
do
This
waste
the
your time.
Black
I'm
Bachelor.
Oh,
not
and then
watching.
he called him a nigga or
Okay,
something.
no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay. Let's wheel it
What?
back. Let's wheel it back. Let's wheel it back.
Okay, tell me what the hosts do.
There's a girl on there right
Uh
now,
huh.
Rachel. She's
Go
one of,
Rachel.
KKK Rachel. We call her that.
yes, KK Rachel, because she's on the show now. Of course, it's playing out now. Or, but you know, it was previously recorded and whatever. But a picture, as people are watching it, a picture surfaced of her back in her college days
Actually, in the KKK hood.
attending a antebellum sorority party. And we
Eh?
know what used to happen at antebellum parties,
Please inform us.
lynching and you know all of that
Ah,
kind of thing, right? So
So basically, a college KKK party.
right. So when that
Okay.
came out, people were saying, you know, and I mean she's only 25 or something like that. So it's not
Hey, hey,
like
hey,
you
hey. You're never too young to be racist.
Exactly, right? So that's what people saying, like, you didn't know back then that going to a because they were saying, um so Chris was on a show with Rachel, who was one of another Rachel, which was one of the black bachelorettes,
Okay.
and she was interviewing him and saying, and he was like, he said, this was okay in 2018, it's not okay now in 2021. And Rachel was like, no, 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 no.
So racism has never been okay.
Exactly, like racism and like antebellum parties were wrong in 2018, they were wrong in 19 what whatever. And he was there trying to defend Rachel so hard that he essentially was showing his racist self,
Sound
right?
like Chris went to a few antebellum parties himself.
Himself.
Exactly. And
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 Annie
that's
maybe
and
even
that's
through them.
essentially the vibe. He's saying that,
Mm.
oh, in this year 2021, because I guess of what happened last year, like that's why, like, people all
Wait,
sensitive
tell me
about
that's a
this
joke.
stuff. That's essentially the
He
sentiment
actually
of what he was saying, right? So, like, oh, in
That's
2021 it
wild.
isn't cool to do that, but in
no, no, hold on.
2018 it was okay.
In 2021 is what?
Right. So that was on a public, like,
So
show,
so
televised
basically you
interview.
were saying like is basically the years have changed things and years have taken
Right.
away their rights, so like
I
Right.
see.
like almost like a sour thing, like yeah, it's okay to do that
But
in 20.
even on the show, like when they were kind of in the start of the show, even when they were at certain times when they've spoken about him being the first black bachelor, and just kind of how Chris has approached race, it's been kind of cringy to watch, just because you can tell they just making it so much of a thing. You're the first black
Yeah, they
bachelor,
keep pushing that.
so it's just
I'm not
disgusting.
watching the
It's
show, but
more
every time,
talking point for views than it is
yes,
actually.
Right,
I'm not watching
right.
the show, Danny, but every time I pass and Anushka and still watching it, and the host talking, he have to mention the guy
Well,
being black
so
in there.
right. So here's the thing. They pulled him from so, like, from
They
this
had
point
better.
forward, he's not going to be the host.
Yeah,
End of
gotta go.
story.
So
And then
who is the
now,
bachelor going to talk to in the back room?
I don't
well,
What?
know. They
well,
said
remember,
somebody
it's
new.
been pre-recorded, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
so the season is already over basically.
yeah, yeah,
They'll find
yeah,
So
somebody
until
new
the
replace
final
him.
episode, like where
Yo,
yeah.
the
So
tell all.
it would be more, yeah, the tell all,
how
and
much
then
you're
I guess
betting they replace him with a black person?
Nah, I think they'll probably do somebody else.
They do somebody mixed,
Somebody,
probably
yeah, mixed
because
or another race.
the first black
They go Asian.
bachelor is technically mixed.
And
The
they're going
first
to let the
first of
two
all,
women host the bachelorette, so I think they'll get like an Asian man or
yo,
Mexican man.
the first black bachelor is a fuck boy. I want y'all to
He
know that.
really is, but that's
I
a
don't
whole other
just in
episode.
passing. I passed and I heard some things. I saw something. I'm like, yeah, that man is a
Let me
fuck boy.
replay it. Let me replay
That's
it.
that is fine because I feel like the white ones come in and they still end up being the same way. But they start with, I'm a pilot. I was a high school
He
basketballer
is
and
a
I went
pilot. Black
pro.
bachelor is a pilot.
You see?
No, there was
Yeah, he
another
does
white one
fly.
that was a pilot before. And all the girls were talking about earning their wings and everything. And it's just like, I just want to settle down. And it end up being like, no, 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 I'm going to run a train here.
Ah, guys, I go to be honest. Before we end the episode, in 2021 and moving forward, I don't think we should be having to explain racism to anybody. And I think if you ever end up in a situation where you have to explain racism to somebody,
Um.
save your words and punch them.
Wow. Um. I do think we're going to have to continue explaining racism to people because there are so many people who are ignorant of the deep underbelly of why certain things are racist.
And if that is the case, that person doesn't deserve your time. All they deserve is a punch from you and for you to walk away. Like this lady should
But
not
if
have
there's
had to.
somebody that like, you could have a friend and they
And they what? Tell me. In 2021, tell me what? Tell me, please. I can understand you tell me that in 2019, 2018, but we're in 2021. After what happened in 2020, tell me what could they possibly not understand
no,
about
but it's
racism or not
simple
know?
things when, and as people's comments about whatever and not knowing. that something
If
is.
after 2020 somebody cannot tell when a comment is racist or not, you need to punch said person. Okay? You
My
also saw what
my
happened in 2020. They have nobody have any excuse now on the street.
Danny, I feel like you're a
my
happy medium. So, is there
my
anything, or
thing.
am I wrong?
There's certain people. Let me see. There's certain people that maybe you don't have to explain what racism is, but
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
they
think.
don't have your perspective on life to see
Mhm.
why something is racist to
Abandonment,
them because they've never experienced it themselves.
That's
disownment.
what I'm trying
Now,
to explain. That's what I'm trying
now
to.
on the other end
Because
of
they
the
have real life.
spectrum, I know plenty white people that know how to go on the internet and search for things. They will build
That's
a
true.
rocket ship. They will
Mm.
build a car from the ground up
Hmm.
with just having one tire of the rim of the original car. They learn how to
Exactly.
weld. They learn how to rebuild the
Mm.
engine. They learn how to build a drone. Right?
Mm.
All these
They go and look
things.
up nature cereal and learn how to make it.
Exactly. Learn how to make their own coconut water and grow berries in
Not to use
aquaponics.
they can use all
Right?
the TikTok filters.
So why they not using the same energy to find out what racism is?
Because they don't want to know and they are racist.
I feel it's just one of these things where people like to stick their head in the sand like an ostrich. If they don't know about it and acknowledge it, then it doesn't exist, and they feel some kind of less guilt. But I tell the 10 people, we don't want you to feel guilty. We just want you to do better. You know.
So you know what? And you know what you have to do? You have to give them a kick in the ass for them to do better. All right? 'Cause when you stick your head in the sand, you leave your ass exposed. Okay? Yeah. That's what's
It's like
happening there.
it's wild how much people want to learn about things they want to learn about, but not the things that, like, Sharon Osbourne, like, she was, and every time they want to, like, they like need to shout it at the top of their lungs and cry and,
Danny,
like,
Danny, you get into the thing that has pissed me off about these situations. After you say your racist thing and your course, your black course had to explain racism to you, you want to sit here and shout at the top of your lungs, but I'm not racist and cry and put out statements. No, you racist. If you weren't racist, your course would not have to explain to you about racism. You would understand. All
how
right?
you going to shout your
Well,
explain to me how I'm racist and then not let the person talk? Like,
mm,
like, like how, like, what sense does it make?
Danny, boy,
Like,
you hitting facts there
yeah,
tonight,
because
eh?
like,
it's like
Hmm.
you're not being apologetic in the moment. You're going to be apologetic after the fact, right?
yeah,
Yo,
it's like I will say this online, I'll say this again. They care more about the label than actually being better people. Like, how dare you call me a racist? I don't know what
boy.
that is, but it's bad. It's bad. In
Bad.
2021, it's bad.
That's bad.
Right? So I'm against this. Right? But it's not like they actually sit down and think in retrospect, damn, how was I a racist? How can I be a better person going forward? Our is explain to me why you've called me this and insulted me by calling me that, even though this is what I am.
Boy. Um, and people need to understand screaming I'm not racist at the top of your lungs does not make it true, eh?
Hmm.
And it does not make you not racist.
I know, right? If you're killing somebody and you're shooting, I'm not a murderer, you know? Like, do I believe what you say or what you're doing right now? Like, you're there cutting off somebody head. I'm not a murderer. I'm not a
Yeah.
murderer. This is
Um
fine.
eh, I don't know. Adani, you said it best, eh? You honestly you said it best. We're trying to call you out or shame you or no. We just want people to do better. Just do better.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
don't even need you to not be a racist. I just need you to stay in your corner and don't interact with me.
Yeah, just do better.
The problem is the people who are racist then control your loan and where you can bank and the police officers and the
That's a whole nother
firemen and
episode altogether there. We haven't going down that rabbit hole now because boy, we go be here all night. So guys, you have anything else you want to talk about before we close off the episode?
If
don't be
you've
a
made it
Sharon
this,
Osbourne and a Piers Morgan. You know,
Yeah.
if you
it,
don't be a Piers Morgan in that if somebody giving you licks, stay and take it like a man, and don't be a Sharon Osbourne and don't put your hand in fire for people.
Adani, now you know you said that, and that's a good point, because you saw he was taking the truck from the coast, he up and he left.
hmm
But when you were giving Meghan Markle truck,
hmm
she had to stay there and take it,
hmm
Yep.
She has to
And
take all
whoever
what she
else
was
he
saying.
insults when he goes on his rant.
Okay. Yeah, and you know the thing is, you know what kills me? People like that do the heinous and all the crazy things they do. And it's only when they do something real crazy that's when all the little warning signs come out. So like little videos have to surface. A video where he's saying, "Oh, how he knows summer because one of his co-hosts were in a short dress and whatnot." Like little sexist remarks like that. And I sit in there, I'm like, "Yo, but you mean to me, y'all saw the red flags and y'all didn't handle it? Y'all let it get to this point?
Always the
Ratings,
case.
Why
ratings,
it always have to get to that point of a train wreck,
ratings.
a mass shooting, for lack of better words?
Mm.
They know the
Handle them
history,
right
you know.
away."
Anyway,
They know the history, but it's business. Like, you know, it's like he's not a danger right now, so going to let him continue until he blows up.
Bro, I'm not going to be surprised if in the next weeks women start coming out and say, "Oh, he sexually assaulted me" or something like that.
I won't be
That's
surprised either.
they say, just do better in 2021, please.
Simple.
Asking kindly. I can
I,
even
I
beg if
think
you
I think a good rule for everybody out there who is unsure: ask yourself, am I racist?
no,
And
no. Are you
if
sure
you
you
shout
laughing, eh?
if you shout in your mind that I'm not racist, then maybe you are.
You probably are.
Because if you weren't
because if
racist,
you
you would
weren't,
stop
you'd
and
be like,
think.
"Am I?"
Yeah, you stop and think how what you have done has affected people in your life. Like, you know, you really stop and think about that. But the mere fact that you are, you just jump to the conclusion that you're not. So think
Boy.
about that.
Anushka, what you have to say in closing? I feel like you had something to say.
If you have not filled out our listener survey as yet,
What you waiting for?
what Vunan said. We were trying to be all nice with y'all
Yeah.
and
Last week
whatever.
we asked nicely.
So Vunan, muscle, come on.
No, 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 no. I don't have to muscle. That's a stop wasting time. Fill out the damn survey. All
Because
right.
I see them numbers go up since last episode.
And I know
So
you're listening. We have the stats. We know how many people listen to the episodes.
y'all, I just want 10 more people to fill out the thing. So if you're listening and you have not filled it out,
If we have to ask again, Danny will be visiting you at your home. And I don't
Whoa,
think you want that.
whoa, what about people not in St. Lucia? How does, what? How does that work?
Shh, they don't know. They don't know.
Danny will make his grandmother send a.
Okay, on that note,
Y'all,
it's
y'all
been
don't,
another episode.
y'all don't want that smoke. Y'all don't want that smoke. Y'all don't want that smoke.
Oh,
Wait, also, there is a chance so this was episode 98. There is a chance that for episode 100, we might be doing a live version or interactive version of the podcast. Follow us on social media.
for more. Yeah. Coming soon.
We are literally at 1,998 followers on Instagram. So just give us a little, push. Just,
What you gonna do if when you go online you see we lose a follower?
Oh,
Anyway,
Oh my
um
god.
on that
I
note,
didn't want you following me anyway.
on that note, it's been another episode of the Caribbean Millennials podcast, guys. Everyone have a good week. Stay safe.
Don't be racist. And if you're
Don't
drinking
be
coconut
racist.
water, don't get it in a bottle.
And do better. We're out.